We've got Dani here from Kardome, and he's going to talk quite a bit today about AI voice assistants and how their systems at Kardome are interacting with the AI economy. Dani, please go ahead and take it away.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to share my 2 cents on that topic. I would like to use the next minutes to try to couple between experiences, usefulness, and monetization. Next slide, please. So usefulness and monetization are not separate problems. From my perspective, get the experience right and revenues will follow. Your users have been always willing to pay for things that improve their lives. The challenge then is getting it right. And right now, the dominant architectural approach is standing in the way. Cloud-dependent voice AI has three fundamental failures. First one, they are deaf and blind until you wake them up. Keeping the system continuously active is prohibitive from an energy, cost, and compute perspectives. So they sleep, and sleeping systems have zero awareness of what's happening around them. They carry no context into the conversation, which means every interaction starts from zero. Second, it breaks the rhythm of a natural conversation. Trust between speakers is built on cadence. Humans naturally pause just for 200 to 300 milliseconds between turns. Cloud-based models need 1 to 3 seconds to process and then respond. That gap isn't a minor inconvenience, it's a difference between a conversation and a transaction. It makes the system feel like a tool rather than a presence. The third one, it is the wrong architecture for a wrong job. There is a profound mismatch between the infrastructure being developed and the problems being solved. You don't need the multi-billion parameters cloud-based ChatGPT-4 to adjust the temperature or set a timer. Routing trivial requests through a heavyweight system doesn't just waste the resources, it compounds every other failure. It's slower, more expensive, and less reliable than it needs to be. So the path forward isn't more cloud compute, it's about rethinking where the intelligence lies. The fix, as we believe, isn't incremental. It requires a fundamental rethinking of where the intelligence lives inside the vehicles. The model worth mimicking the human brain. The brain doesn't route every decision through its most computationally expensive part. Catching a falling object or finishing a familiar sentence, those happens fast, below the threshold of deliberation. Complex reasoning, such as making difficult decisions or processing something unfamiliar, gets escalated to a slower and more processing-intensive part of the brain only when such is required. We believe that a well-designed AI architecture works the same way. A lightweight, always-on system runs locally in the car, handling fast and simple interactions without ever touching the cloud. The heavy-duty models, meaning the cloud LLM, is held in reserve for what actually demands it, a complex reasoning. You can call it System 1 and System 2, borrowed from the Kahneman model. The point isn't about the label, it's about the principle. Match the cognitive load and the task to the cost of the processing tool. So building a voice AI agent that is intuitive, helpful, and provides the information when we really need it, and not only when we ask for it, requires two breakthroughs. First, it needs a spatial awareness. Instead of a simplistic flat microphone signals, next-generation architecture must utilize multidimensional soundscapes. By analyzing the three-dimensional reflection pattern within the cabin, the system assigns a unique acoustic fingerprint to every audio source. This fingerprint empowers the AI to isolate specific voices, listen to the entire cabin simultaneously, and pinpoint exactly on what matters. Second, it requires a contextual intelligence. By running a lightweight cognition AI comprised of ASR and LLM on the edge, the vehicle can interpret context locally. It instantly understands whatever the driver is issuing a direct command or just talking to the passenger. Only when a deep reasoning is required, the system does wake up the extensive cloud. So substantial profit starts at the edge. It starts of bringing the intelligence or moving the center of the mass of the intelligence from a cloud-based, I would say, sleepy AI to an on the edge, always on, always listening, and fast responding models. That's what will bring value to the customers. That's what will create the right experience. And as I mentioned at the beginning, customers are willing to pay for the right experience that improving their lives.